Good morning, everybody. This is Jack with Eastern Oklahoma Guide Service. This is part one of our 5-part series on the American paddlefish. For people that do not know, the American paddlefish is a filter feeder. They get up to 200 pounds here in the United States. They're in all lakes and rivers associated with the Mississippi River. They've been found in Ohio, they've been found in Montana. Here in Oklahoma, we have the current rod and reel world record of 164 pounds. Broke a couple of years ago, about 2 years ago now. We get them 140s, 150s quite often on rod and reels. The average fish is about 50 to 80 pounds. Now, with that being said, the American paddlefish is the third largest freshwater fish in the United States. So it's a lot of fun to catch. They put up a good fight. But because they are filter feeders, the only way to catch these fish is by snagging. So a lot of states have different regulations on snagging. In Oklahoma, we use barbless hooks. Again, completely barbless. So it varies from state to state what you're allowed to do, what you're allowed to use. So please check your local regulations before you do anything. Even in Oklahoma, we can use barbless hooks, we can snag, but every single dam in Oklahoma has a different distance you have to be below to snag. Some 1,000 yards, some you can snag up to the dam, some's a mile below the dam. And again, some areas of the United States, some different areas of Oklahoma have different times of day where you can snag. Some are, you can snag 24 hours a day. The northeast section of Oklahoma, we're not allowed to snag from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. So again, check your local regulations before you do this. Back to the American paddlefish. Back to the American paddlefish. Again, they're filter feeders. Snagging is the only way you can catch them. Their bills are covered in sensors for detecting plankton in the water. And these sensors are only found on their bills and their gill, the gill plates. They have a 2-part gill, not like your normal fish. They have 1 part for filtering, 1 part for breathing. I will show you pictures of this here in a few minutes. Alright guys, like we were saying, spoonbill are plankton eaters. These are actually sensors, these little puppy dog prints. They're only found on their gills and only found up here on their bill. They have a 2-part gill system. See, this is the stuff in the water that he's filtering out to eat. And unlike most fish, he's got a 2-part system. Red for breathing, white for eating. The American paddlefish can get up to 200 pounds. I think the largest one recorded so far has been like 196 pounds. It was 88 inches long. In comparison, that's a little over 7 foot. So talking about, yeah, about that long. Again, Oklahoma has the world record for rod and reel. A lot of people don't realize that paddlefish are a thicker, denser meat, more like halibut or pork. Not so much mushy type fish like catfish or crappie. Your paddlefish, a lot of people like to smoke it. Of course, I deep fry mine. My uncle makes fish tacos out of his. We'll go over this in another video, video 5. Now, at one time, paddlefish was on the endangered species list. They have the world's 3rd most expensive caviar. The Russian beluga is number 1, white sturgeon is number 2, and American paddlefish is number 3. It's a black caviar. A lot of people catch them just for the caviar in them. At one time, it was selling for $4,000 a pound, $250 an ounce. But I think the population has recovered enough now that Arkansas, Kentucky, Tennessee starting to allow commercial fishing for them again and bringing the price back down. Paddlefish only spawn 2 to 3 times during their lifetime. According to all the research, paddlefish spawn the first time when they're about 7 years old, the second time when they're about 14. Very rarely they'll spawn at 21. So again, it's only once every 7 years, but they say they live up to 55 years of age. So all your bigger paddlefish stay down in your main lakes and don't move up to the dams to spawn. According to all the research, paddlefish put on an average of 4 to 7 pounds a year. So by the time paddlefish is 7 years old, moves up for her first spawn, she'll be anywhere from 30 to 50 pounds. Again, the second time she moves up to spawn, she'll be anywhere from 50 to 80 pounds. And if she does move up that third time, usually she's 80 to 100. And again, lifespan of 55 years. You know, when you're catching your spawning paddlefish, just remember that they're only 7, 14, maybe 21 years old out of that 55. So a lot of your larger, bigger fish stay down the main lakes. Paddlefish normally spawn when water temperatures get to be about 60 to 70 degrees. They love your spring rains. Once our spring rains start around here, they start moving up below all of our dams when the water gets to running. So for about 3 months, it's non-stop action. And you will also notice when the water temps get up to about 60, 65 degrees, you start seeing paddlefish breaching everywhere. Studies have shown that paddlefish will jump 6 to 9 feet in the air. And according to all the researchers, the only thing they can figure is the paddlefish are trying to clean themselves. You heard me right. They say they're trying to clean themselves. They jump up in the air as high as they can, come down, slap the water to try to knock all the leeches and other parasites off of them. The American paddlefish dates back over 100 million years. Yes, that's right. You can find fossils online on Amazon and stuff for sale. 100 million years old, back before the time of the dinosaurs. And so a lot of the locals call them the living dinosaurs, or they call them the river monsters. Because again, it's the largest fish we have in this area of the United States, and one of the top 3 in the continental United States. So they are a true river monster. I mean, how often can you go out and catch fish and average a 50-pound fish for the day? We've had days where we average 75 pounds. And again, that's the average. So you hook a few smaller, hook a few bigger. But it gets to be a blast. Again, this is a 100 million year old fish. They've evolved a few little tricks along the way. I'll attach a picture here in a minute of what we call a Euromount. Pretty awesome looking fish. There's only 2 bones in a paddlefish, and that's his jawbone and his bill. And these Euromounts are pretty awesome to look at. That concludes this video. And again, thanks for joining us. I'm Jack with Eastern Oklahoma Guide Service. As you can see, our phone number here on the wall. Let me know when you see my shirt real quick.
Right there. Alright.
See good enough?
Yeah.
Give us a call if you'd like to book your next fishing adventure.